The big news this week, CMHC, yet another announcement from them that they will no longer be providing insurance on homes that are worth more than $1 million. And in isolation, probably not a big deal, but because CMHC had made some other announcements over the past couple weeks, for example, they're not going to be insuring second homes, so vacation properties as an easy example. They are changing the rules on how they lend or how they insure mortgages for people who are self-employed, so that was a pretty big announcement. They also announced they're no longer providing insurance for construction loans that are used to build condo buildings. And so the other insurance companies in the market, Genworth and Canadian Guarantee, they have said, look, we're still insuring some of the stuff that CMHC is not insuring. So that's a good thing. But generally speaking, I think what we're seeing here is that CMHC is positioning itself to exit the market. I'm one of the guys that happens to think this is a great move, incidentally. First of all, $1 million mortgages, or rather mortgage insurance that are placed on properties that are worth more than $1 million. Apparently CMHC said it's less than 3% of their portfolio. CMHC is the largest mortgage insurer in the country, so when they say it's a small fraction, it's probably a small fraction and not a big deal. But the announcement does, again, it sort of fits the regular stream of announcements that are coming out. And I believe that CMHC is looking to exit the market. I think that there will be a period of time where we won't hear from CMHC. Maybe they'll exit the market, they'll go quiet for a while, and then they'll re-emerge maybe as a private insurer. But more important than that is I think that the timing couldn't be better. If CMHC had started making some of these announcements when the market was dropping, obviously that would just compound the problem. CMHC, I think everybody would agree that CMHC certainly is carrying too much of the risk right now, that the Canadian government has this massive portfolio of mortgages that maybe ticking time bomb is too strong a language, but it could be a big problem for them if we saw another financial crisis, or even if we saw a big change in the real estate market, that it could significantly impact the government. So when you talk about getting out of the market at the right time, it appears that with CMHC making some of the moves that they're making as of late, that it's a good time to do it. The market is pretty much either stable or strong in many areas in Canada, and so as CMHC makes these announcements, doesn't have a huge ripple effect into the marketplace as it would if the market was experiencing quite a bit of turmoil. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that over the coming months and year, as the market figures out interest rates, because obviously they're going to have to start going up at some point. Who knows what's happening in the stock market these days, but maybe CMHC can continue to sort of scale down what they're doing and find a quiet exit stage left, and maybe come back into the market to compete with the other insurers as a private insurance company at some point in the future. So what does this mean for you? It means just be aware of it. Be aware that there are changes happening in the market, that home ownership continues to be one of the economic cornerstones of our economy, and so mortgage insurance is really important to make that happen, because without it most people wouldn't be able to afford a home. But these changes are happening, and it's a reflection of maybe some of the changes in risk now that the government would like to see itself be removed from. So, well, the news is good. Let's watch if CMHC actually does leave the market peacefully and maybe comes back at a later point in time. If you want to learn more about mortgages, loans, maybe you want to know what you would be approved for, what interest rates are, who are the banks in the market that are even able to approve you based on the score that you might have for your financial information, we'd encourage you to visit mlenow.ca. It's an online platform where you can enter the mortgage or loan amount that you are seeking. You'll be prompted through a few questions and then ultimately be presented with some of your options. And from there you can choose to refine those options based on your unique situation. But we'd encourage you to use the website. We have a live chat feature, so if you need to talk to somebody, there's a real human being there that can help you. And if you want to send your information in to us and get a quote, we'd be happy to help you as well. So we thank you for joining us on this Emily Now episode. and we'll see you next time.